Hi everyone, my name is Renat. My family and I have been living in Uruguay for past 2 years. But before we have a long journey from Ukraine through Switzerland. One of the questions I get most often is about rental prices in Uruguay. So today I will be show you what you can rent, explain what you should pay attention to when look for a place and share which areas the best to live in. So let's get started with the capital. For most people, Montevideo isn't really a tourist destination. Many newcomers don't stay there for a long time because people mainly move there for work. As a result, you will find a huge variety of rental options across the city. That said, if I were choosing where to live, I will recommend looking for a place near the waterfront or La Rambla. In general, their neighborhoods are considered safer, cleaner and more pleasant to live in than many other parts of the city. In Montevideo, almost all rental properties are apartments and most of them are empty. So if you're planning to move here, you almost likely need to bring or buy your own furniture. So here is the first budget-friendly option. The apartment costs 27,000 Uruguayan pesos, which is about $670 per month. It's completely unfurnished and it's a one-bedroom apartment which is 35 square meters of living space. It's just located 5 minutes of walking from the waterfront and there are plenty of grocery stores and other essential shops nearby. Overall, I'm think it's a very good option for this price. One more thing what you should to keep in your mind when you're looking for one apartment for the rent in Uruguay, it's something called gastos comunes. They are building maintenance fees and they charge it partly from your rent. So in this case you will pay about $670 for the rent and around $100 for the utilities and approximately $190 for these gastos comunes. So for sure you will spend more than $670 in a month just to live in this apartment. Here's another option. This one is much larger and of course more expensive. The rent is $1,750 per month plus around $400 in gastos comunes, which are the building maintenance fees. This apartment offers 83 square meters of living space, 2 bedrooms, a living room and it comes fully furnished, so you won't need to buy furniture before moving in. Just like a previous apartments, it's located close to the waterfront. It's making a great option if you're looking for a comfortable place in one of the best areas in a city. I think that's already enough about Montevideo. Now let's take a look at the city where I live, Piriapolis. It's a small seaside resort town with a much quieter, more family-friendly atmosphere, unlike Montevideo. Most of the properties here are houses rather than apartments, so that's what I will be showing you in this part of the video. Here's house for $800 per month. It's also unfurnished, but the location I think it's excellent because it's right in a city center, only 5 minutes of walk and you already in a beach. Across the street you can find hospital, a grocery store and school. So everything it's very near and it's without walking a big distance. Personally, I think that's a great deal for this price. The house has 2 bedrooms, a living room, a kitchen, a bathroom and a private backyard. You can also see in the photos that it comes with an air conditioner. One thing I'd recommend you whenever you're renting a house or an apartment is to carefully check all the applications before you move in. Go through everything with the owner or the real estate agent and make sure it's all working. For example, if the air conditioner doesn't work, it's much better to find out before you sign the lease rather than after you've already moved in. Overall, there are plenty of options here, both expensive and affordable. You can find a small studio apartment starting at around $400 per month, while on the other end of the market there are older houses of empty properties that need significant renovation before they will be comfortable to live in. So, no matter your budget, there's usually something available. In the end, it all comes down to needs and what you can afford. The last city where we're looking at today is Punta del Este. It's a much bigger and larger than Piriapolis, and in some ways it even reminds me of New York. You will see lots of high-rise buildings, luxury cars, upscale neighborhoods. Naturally, the cost of living and especially housing in generally higher here as well. In the reality, I found a small apartment. It has 55 squares of living space, one bedroom and one open living room, kitchen and bathroom. The rent is $900 per month. Unlike many resorts in Uruguay, this apartment comes fully furnished. It includes everything you need, such as bed, chairs, table and other essential furniture. So, considering the location and the fact what you can move ready in, I would say that's a very good option for this price. Of course, Punta del Este also has plenty of luxury properties. It's not unusual to see apartments renting for $2,000 or $3,000 per month or even more. For that kind of money, you usually get over 100 square meters of living space, multiple bathrooms, several bedrooms and a large living room, often with the height and finishes great views. Finding anything for less money than $800 per month is quite difficult, and even apartments around that price don't stay on the market for a long time, because a lot of people want to live in Punta del Este, so the more affordable rentals are usually snapped up very quickly. So, I think that's all for today. Now you know a little bit more about the prices for the rent in Uruguay, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.